Okay, we're back. Told you in my first video that a few tips and tricks, and then I'm going to show you a little little tip that I use for helping keep my mechanical purge fusion gun clean while I'm spraying. It's always use the term. Had a good friend of mine get me started on this several years ago, but a clean machine or a clean gun is a happy machine or a happy gun. Better we keep these guns clean, the easier it is for us to work on them when that they do give us problems. It's easier for us to troubleshoot where that a leak is coming from if their equipment is kept clean and maintained, and it just makes everything look better on our job. And then if times come and we need to sell a particular gun, then the better condition that gun is in, the more money we can get for it up on the return value. It just shows that you care about your equipment. The more time that this gun is spraying, that's the more money that gun is going to make you. If this gun is constantly giving you problems, and if this gun is not spraying for you, then it's not turning you any profit. So again, it's how much is your time worth? That's what it all boils down to. The more that this gun is spent with the trigger being pulled and correct material being dispensed from it, then the more income hopefully that you'll be making. That's what we're all in the game for. I've been doing this for a long time and enjoy it, and I really enjoy and love my job. I have a passion for it. So I always try to come up with new little items, and so hopefully this is something that you can utilize to help keep your equipment, your spray gun inside particular, clean up on your job, so the next time that you have to break into it, that your gun is clean and ready for you to work on, not have to spend hours cleaning just so you can start taking equipment down. So anyway, this is my mechanical purge fusion gun made by Graco, and I always start out with the air cap. Okay, so I utilize a 2-inch wide masking tape. It can be this particular one here is just the blue painter's tape. You can use the standard tan masking tape. I just found that when it comes time for removal of the masking tape, this one here doesn't leave the gunky residue as a standard masking tape does. So what I'll do is I'll just tear me off a small section of tape. I'll take my air cap and I'll go and I'll put my masking tape just right at the edge of the back side of the air cap, and I'll just run this masking tape just around the border. Just like so. Okay? Now once I have it like this, now I can take and start folding the masking tape over the front portion of my air cap. Just like so. So now we have this front portion of this front face still exposed. Very simple. Take a little small strip, cover that front face. Because this area here is one of the worst areas to get filled with overspray, and as the polyurea material is exiting the gun, it starts building up on the front face, and this way the dried polyurea doesn't stick to this surface of this masking tape, and it just comes right off. And then if I need to, I can just peel this front face off, okay, and replace it with a fresh piece. I'm not having to rewrap the entire air cap. So well, you're covering the orifice of the front face of the air cowpup, I'll just take my knife and I'll trim that hole out. Not trying to gouge the aluminum, just sort of letting the blade just guide along. Where now I have a nice orifice cut out for my material flow. So now that I've got that done, I can install my air cap back on my gun, just like so. Years ago I used to tape the entire gun body up with masking tape. Worked great, but it was a little cumbersome, little troublesome after spraying for a week with this whole gun taped up. It was, more of a challenge for cleanup on Friday evening. So here a couple years ago, I was playing around and thinking, and I thought, hey, Ziploc freezer bags works great. They're a little thicker meal plastic, and they hold up extremely well. And so I've got these here. They're cheap. They are cheap, and the gun fits inside of this bag extremely well. So what I'll do is I'll take and I'll open up my bag. I'll take my razor knife and I'll put it on the inside of the bag, and I'll just at the very bottom portion of the bag, I'll make me a little slit, just like so. Okay, so now I've got my bag with a hole in it right in the very end. And I'll take my gun insert the gun into the bag like so. Now I can pull the bag on that split. I have to open it up just a little bit more. So now I've got my gun, front part of the gun, pushed through the hole that I made inside of the bottom of the bag like so. And just by pulling that through, now the bag is stretched around the air cap, and that's all that is holding the bag onto the gun. And it holds very well, so if I need to remove the bag, a portion to say turn the air on my air clean off valve, I can do that. If I need to close it, I can do that. If I need to get to the bottom for my shut off valves on my fluid block, I can do that as well. And again, the gun fits extremely well inside of the bag. My hand is also protected from the overspray. My safety is as well protected from the overspray. It works extremely well. We say, well, you got your whip in there, not a problem. Just so I have a whip. Take. Just like so. Connect my air. Voila. Everything is in the bag. I can spray for hours. No problem. My gun is now protected. My fluid manifold valves, they are also protected. We all know how that they get, they just attract the overspray. Now we fight to get the air nut driver onto our fluid valves because they're so full of overspray. We don't have that problem anymore. We need to get to them. Just pull the bag forward. And we have good access to air valves on our fluid block. Just like so. Very durable. Doesn't matter what brand that you get, but the freezer bags, again, they are the best because they are of a thicker mill plastic material. And if I need to take the bag off of the gun, that's no problem. I can take my bag off, lay it over to the side, do whatever types of repair I need to do to my gun, get my gun back together, get my bag again, put my bag back on, pull the bag back through across the air cap, and I'm back to spraying. If I did need to secure it, I can also run a little bit of duct tape or something around this just to hold it. Works extremely well. Say, well, how about the air purge gun? How about the air purge fusion gun? Can I do the same thing to it? Yes, you can. Very simple. All I do is take and I cut out a circular pathway inside of the bottom of the bag, insert the gun in, and then I use duct tape because the duct tape sticks better. You also want to make sure that your side seal retainer ring is well cleaned of any type of grease or oils. I just use a little bit of solvent, clean it, makes the duct tape stick a lot better. And I tape the bag on, same way with the air purge fusion. Again, if I need to work on my gun, I just have to pull this front of the plastic off. Now I have access to my check valves, my material shut-off valves on my gun block. Works extremely well. Again, my clean-off air, my grease zerk fitting, no problem. And if the gun is in the bag. So this is a trick for the mechanical purge fusion gun as well as the air purge fusion gun. Hope that this here helps you out some. You can probably use it on some of the other guns, but so far the bag has worked best on these two model guns here. So that's my tip for the day. Hope that you learned something. Hope that you can keep your guns clean, because remember, a clean gun is a happy gun. Thank you and have a good day. Bye-bye.